Have y'all been able to work on those revisions? And have you been able to see? I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen again. I added this file to the Google folder, but I don't know if you've had a chance to look at it. This was my attempt to try to combine some elements from both of yours with that wine stain background from Josh, and then the ivory tower glass from Jenna, and then adding that it's all academic text, and then adding this kind of textured watermark feel, because it seems like, just talking with Louis, that was something that he was really drawn to. So if we go back and look at the samples that he shared, I was trying to look at these to try to generate kind of that feel with this faded image, with this brush stroke kind of style, blending in the texture of the paper. And then the typography with kind of keeping in that with the logo here, and then the product name below, and this one here. So I try to adopt some of these elements from these samples that he showed, because he kept referring back to these samples and saying, you know, go look at these samples. That's more what I want. These are more traditional, sophisticated, you know, shows this high-end product for the wine. So that's what they really wanted to convey with the wine products. And that's what I was trying to do with this kind of feel, just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm perceiving, that the direction that he wants to go in. So what do y'all think? What have you been working on?
Yeah, so this has been a crazy week for me. So I haven't been able to work on the logo at all, but I have been researching some fonts. And so I've just been going through a few different stuff. Can you guys see that? Okay, yeah. I was looking just like through thefonts.com or whatever. And I looked up a few, because I know you said they like the script, but it was too flowery or something, I think.
Yeah.
And so I've been looking through that. I don't know if you have any ideas on either that one or that one. And then I also have this, and then this last one. And I've just been making rough sketches of them, so they're not final at all. But I don't know if you prefer one font over the other or have any suggestions like that. But I'm going to work on the label a little bit pretty soon. One idea I had was with this font is, I forget how to do the clipping path for the font where you can manipulate the actual font itself. And so I was thinking of possibly doing something where they have like the tower. I forget what the logo looks like, but it's like, it comes in from the left and it has like the tower and then goes back down, kind of like the wine glass.
Yeah.
But have that with the font. So it would come up here and then do the tower thing and then come back down and end where the tower ends. So it's like kind of one loop. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but I would love to try to manipulate the font like that or something. But
Yeah, if you want to convert it to outlines, you can just select the text frame and go to type, create outlines, and that'll convert it to the path. And then you can go and,
okay.
yes, you can see that outline now.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the examples with that Benziger family winery is the logo name is in all caps serif face, so a real traditional all caps serif. So this example here, and then family winery is in the handwriting font. Mm-hmm. So that's something you may want to try, like have Ivory Tower in a serif face. That's going to be really strong and really easy to read. And then have your script font maybe have that it's all academic, the slogan in that, or something else. That's kind of what I was trying to do with my version here, just to make sure that there is no problem with the readability of Ivory Tower, and that really is strong and looks almost tower-like and has that academic feel and has that whole traditional feel and everything with the wines. I really like some of those handwriting fonts that you found. So I would try that with it's all like academic, maybe even with the product name, as long as you don't, the readability is not compromised at all. So that's something that I would try. You can try one version with Ivory Tower in the script as long as it's very readable and there's no problem with, because that's something you want to be able to read from a distance, so that if it were on the shelf somewhere, you want to be able to immediately see Ivory Tower and then whatever the product name is. Okay. It's all academic is just a slogan, so it doesn't necessarily have to be readable from a distance. That'd be more like if you hold it up, then you can see it, like that descriptor paragraph and stuff for the cider. Any feedback from Jenna, or Maddie can jump in too? Yeah, I think there's some nice handwriting style.
Yeah, that one I don't know if I'll be able to use because I think we would be able, or we would have to purchase a license.
Okay.
But I really like that font, so I just tried it out. And then these are the other ones.
Have you used Adobe fonts before?
I have not. I need to
use that because that's like through Adobe.
Okay.
And then it goes straight into your.
There are a lot of different fonts you can choose from in Adobe, and you might be able to find something similar to the ones.
Yeah, I'll put the link in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely.
It's all free and stuff, and they're all pretty nice fonts.
Yeah. In terms of a logo, I don't know if you guys have any suggestions.
Sure. Yeah, and just about the type, again, one more thing is I would avoid that top one because that's more like an Art Deco kind of face. And I don't think that necessarily communicates what they want with more of the wine, the traditional wine kind of typeface. So I think I would veer away from using that one.
Okay.
But I like the handwriting one on that comp.
Yeah. Yeah. What is yeah.
I think that works with it's all academic, but with the Pinot Noir, it's not readable enough.
That's true. That's true.
So as far as the logo, that is the challenge because they want to tie it in more to the previous logo with that tower shape, and then incorporating the it's all academic slogan with that. And so that was a challenge that I had too in trying to incorporate that with and I try to do that with Jenna's in kind of redrawing it so you just see the top of the tower and then get that wine glass shape. But
did they like Jenna's? Because I thought that was really good because it's almost like the Appalachian Mountains and also the wine at the same time. So I thought that was really good. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. And I think Louis liked that one too. But the rest of his team of people really wanted to go back to the original logo. And so what we're trying to do, as I was talking to Louis, is try to make it suggest or refer to the previous logo, but make it look a lot better than the previous logo.
Yeah.
So I'll take it to Jenna because since she's the one that created that logo, the new one. What do you think, Jenna, about making it look a little bit more like, and this is part of the challenge, is trying to figure out what it is that they really like about the old logo and then how to freshen that up and improve it.
There's like a logo that they already had that looks just like let me show you. So I think it's kind of like they already had this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's not taking it much further for just giving them the same sort of thing again.
Although I feel like yours is much clearer as a tower, because this one, I don't feel like the way it's drawn, it's as clear that it's a tower. So if you can use yours, but have it more, just like cropped that way, or, take out one of the sides. And that was what I was trying to do in my comp. But yeah, it's redrawn to look a lot better, I think, the way that you've drawn it.
Yeah, I'll keep playing around with it. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'll try like abstracting it more a bit. Did they not like that typeface? They wanted serif?
They didn't necessarily mention that typeface because the previous one, I'm going to share my screen so we can look at it. So the previous logo, and I've got all kinds of stuff on here. Let me move this stuff around. But this is the previous logo. And so it wasn't a serif face. It wasn't a very traditional. And so I don't necessarily think you have to try to mimic that typeface. I'm just kind of guessing here that what they liked was this shaped tower with maybe all caps, really bold typography for Ivory Tower, and then including this slogan there somewhere. And this was another, I'm gonna go back, and this is another thing that Louis showed me that he had made up. He also referred to this as an example of what they were looking for, where, you know, Ivory Tower is really clear, the hierarchy is obvious that that's the main thing. Then you can see the tower with some other element there, and then the name of the product. So that's kind of the hierarchy that he's trying to show me here. And then that textured background was something that they really liked too. And so this is why I ended up here with trying to make like your wine glass look a little bit more like their tower, and incorporating some of the things from here, but also trying to incorporate the comps that he showed me of other wine labels that he liked. But I try to include or keep some of the elements in your wine glass, Jenna. So, I mean, do you feel like this direction would work with using your wine glass tower this way, in as far as the cropping and incorporating the text with that? Do you think that's something that you could do with yours? And you probably have some other ideas too that you can improve upon it.
So do they like not want the wine glass at all? They just want a tower?
Well, and they didn't say that. So again, like, they liked this, and Louis said he really liked that, and he felt it was one of the strongest ones. But then he just kept going back and say the other people on his board at the meeting kept going back to this one and saying, well, but this one is working really well. And it may be because, so this is what you showed him, right? I think maybe just with looking at this, they felt there were some things missing. So sometimes when people react to things, it's not that they don't like the logo, it's that they're reacting to something else. Like in this case, I think that maybe that they're reacting to something that's missing. Like they don't see the "it's all academic" slogan. They don't see a lot of information about the wines. It doesn't look like the traditional wine labels like we see in the comps here. So I think if you can make it look more like these wine labels, less empty space too, I think may be helpful for them, so that we just make this whole logo fill the space more, and incorporating the colors. And I think they don't like the bright colors either. Okay. So going back to the subdued earth tone colors, more like from Josh's label, or even the black, even the original ones where it's just like black over that brown texture. So even reducing the brightness of the colors. I think this is a little more too contemporary for them too. So trying to make it more subdued colors, more of that refined, elegant, old world feel. So I think even little, and I think maybe changing this type, I think this may be too contemporary for them too. So, and again, I like it. So, you know, keep a version of it, but try a different one that looks a little more traditional. And again, look at the examples that he's provided here. Okay. And here's an example where the name of the wine, the brand is in a handwriting face. So Josh, like, you try one like that too, with Ivory Tower in a handwriting font, combined with one that's more readable, or that's you know, all caps, sans serif or serif. So try doing that too. So again, I would just keep going back to these and see if you can try to emulate some of these, some aspects from these comps. That's going to translate so that when they see it, they'll be like, okay, you know, that's more of the style. So I hope that's helpful. You all feel like you know what the next step is, that you've got some concrete kind of feedback to work from?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And all right, well, I don't want to keep you all any longer. So thanks so much again for being part of this. And I think that you are each doing a wonderful job on these logos. I will let y'all go. So have a great weekend.